Welcome back once again to howtocookgreatfood.com. If you haven't already, please click that button and subscribe to our channel. On the menu today, and as you can see here, I've just finished this. I've made a stew today with a bit of a kind of Middle Eastern twist to it. The meat and the subject today is camel. I was in a supermarket and I saw camel meat. I've never tasted camel meat before. I've never tried it before. You know, never cooked with it at all. So I thought I'd give it a go. And I have done. The result is right there. To be honest with you, it's just like beef. It's exactly like beef. So if you don't want to continue watching, switch off now, because just beef, just a little bit tougher, but tastes fantastic. You wouldn't know the difference. That's about it. Let's go and cook it. Okay, so here we go. In the center, as you can see, I've got my camel meat, which is, apparently it's told it's like beef or lamb, a little bit more like beef, and but a little bit tougher. I think it takes a while to cook, a little bit longer. I've got a little bit of fat on there. The butcher told me that's fine, and he's cut it into kind of cubes for me. It's a little bit of fat's fine. It can be a bit fatty, depending on the part, what a huge animal it is, of course. Tomatoes chopped. Onions chopped, garlic, got some fresh garlic there, roughly chopped, just a few olives, give it a bit of a flavour, some green cardamom, some turmeric, cumin, salt and pepper, got a little bit of dried red chilli there, put fresh if you want, a little bit of fresh mint, a little bit of cilantro or fresh coriander. You know, it's going to give it a kind of Middle Eastern-y, Araby flavour. Let's get moving. We're going to start off with a pan with a touch of oil in it. I'm going to just use a sunflower oil today. And we're going to need some water, of course, to kind of get that nice and tender. Let's get over to the cooker. Okay, here you go. I've got a pan here, or a nice pot. Going to need a lid as well, guys. I've got a touch of oil in there. Let's start off by putting in that dried red chilli and those cardamom pods. Next up, in goes the star of the show, our camel meat. Apparently you can mince it. It's used minced quite a lot because it's quite a tough meat. People mince it and then use it for burgers and such like, or you know, bolognese type stuff. I think we've just got to view this exactly as we would this being beef. I'm very interested to know what it tastes like though. Touch of salt. Black pepper. And on this medium heat, what I'm going to try and do is just brown our meat off and kind of seal it a little bit. I'll be back here with the lid off, just like this. Let's cook this for about 3 to 4 minutes. So, 3 or 4 minutes. I mean, that's going to be red raw inside. Just kind of sealed the outside. To be honest, so far it smells like beef. Just could be beef. It just could be beef, quite frankly. So there's no kind of difference in the smell at the moment. What I'm going to do now is add some garlic, which I've cut kind of quite chunky. I want to get plenty of onions in this, I think. A few olives. I'm just using some black olives, the stones are still in. Go for whatever you like. I'm going to go for that little bit of turmeric, cumin powder. Let's give that a mix. Let me turn the heat up a little bit. Now I've got the heat up to above medium now, and I'm going to cook this again for about another 3 to 4 minutes, stirring all the time, just so I can get all those added spices that we've added kind of just on the go, and those onions and that bit of garlic moving. I'll be back in 3 or 4. Okay, we just brought that together a little bit. What I'm going to do now, get some water in there. Now, if this was a tough old bit of beef or lamb, I'd be doing exactly the same thing, and that is sticking lots of water in, and we're going to cook it for some time now. Pressure cooker could be good. I didn't think of that, but yeah, I could have used my pressure cooker just to speed the process up. So I've just kind of, as you can see, just covered it just with some water. If it reduces down too much, I'm going to top it up with a little bit more water, but let's bring that to the boil now. So high heat, lid on. Once it reaches a boiling point, I'm going to sort of simmer it down to keep it at a rolling kind of pace. I would imagine I'm going to do this for about 25 to 30 minutes now. Like I say, if it reduces down too much, I'm going to top it up just a touch with some more water. Okay, let's take a look now. It's been about 20 minutes or so, and this meat feels pretty tough. It feels like I've got a real low quality beef in there, to be honest. It's really kind of tightened up like a fist. So I'm going to let that go for another 15 minutes or so, like that. Let's take a look when I come back. Okay, let me just turn that down, jump in and have a look. There's all that steam up. So this has now been going for about 40-45 minutes. And like I just said, it's like I've got a big old tough bit of beef here, or mutton. Smells exactly the same. I mean, I can smell lots of kind of spices at the moment, but no actual kind of really distinctive difference. I'm going to add a touch more water. I think water's key to cooking this. I'm going to add in some fresh tomatoes. Let me pop that little bit of cilantro or coriander in, and some mint. The flame or the heat goes right up again. And I want to cook this again for about, I'm going to do another sort of 25 minutes, I suppose. I want all those tomatoes to break down, create a nice sauce for us. You could add some carrots now, potatoes if you wanted, some other sort of veg. Some cinnamon, that might be nice, some black lemon, just to give it that kind of Middle Eastern flavour that we're going with. So lid's going to go on, bring it to the boil, same again. Once it boils up, reduce it down. Keep your eye on it. We may add a touch more water perhaps. We don't want it to get too dry. I'll see you then. Okay, off goes the heat. Let's take a look. As you can see, our tomatoes have broken down, and they give us a really kind of nice sort of sauce there now. Now I have just taken a piece of this out. It's fairly tender. It's not like, it's not a tenderloin or a fillet beef by any means, but it's good. I mean, it's fine, and quite frankly, it's just beef. I mean, I couldn't tell a difference. There's no kind of difference in flavour to me whatsoever. Just tastes exactly like beef. So anyway, check that out for some salt or whatever you like. I hope you enjoy it, or if you get the chance to kind of use Camel, go for it. Just go for it. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We'll see you really soon. Lots of love. Bye-bye.